Hey guys, RC here with a video, and I just wanted to share with you guys in this little session a bit on why I decided to start a marketing agency and what I plan to do, going into 2019, how I plan to scale it, just some insight on that end, but even just getting started and why I decided to do it. And it was all really just based on faith. There's, a lot of marketing agencies that are starting nowadays, and I didn't want to be one of those type of businesses, but I told myself, you know what, it was planted in my heart. I'm starting to learn a lot of the skill sets, and I already had some skill set prior, but this one specifically, I was just a bit not wanting to do it just based on me being able to see how many people have started their own. But just because someone starts a business doesn't mean it's a successful business. And thank God for me, it was enlightening. It was a good process. It wasn't too rough. I didn't go through a lot of pain. I mean, everyone that's starting a business, they're going to go through their trials. They're going to go through the tribulations and all the problems. But overall, it was pretty good for me. I mean, I started it about 6 months ago, halfway through 2018. That's when I actually, put my head down and said, you know what, I'm going to start this business. I'm going to start this agency, and I'm going to start marketing for clients. And I really took a step of faith. And that's where I think a lot of people just, when they start anything in life, whether it's, wanting to become an athlete or wanting to just become a pro in any industry, it does take faith, right? It takes faith to just take that step forward to say, hey, this is really something I want to do. And then being consistent, that's a different thing, because a lot of people like to start things, but being consistent in whatever it is, that's a key factor. For me, for example, I've started an eBay business early this year in January of 2018. I've been consistent for a good few months, and then I'll stop. But even in those months where I won't be consistent, I'll still make sales. It may not be as much as the month before, but it was because of the work I did prior. And if I stayed consistent, that type of business model is a compound effect. Where you just be consistent, boom, 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 and then over a period of time, it's just gonna grow and grow and grow. And I think that's almost every type of business, but especially specifically with eBay drop shipping. It was an interesting learning curve, and I've been experimenting. I ran some Shopify's where I built my own site. I ran a few $100s worth of ads, and I didn't do so well, but I learned how to set it up. I learned how to read some data on a lower scale, and then from there I was like, I'd rather just take this skill set and use it towards someone else's brand. So I got a little bit more passionate about helping other people's brands, and I think that's where I was like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna start with this. It was low overhead. Literally the first month that I got into the business, I profited. I went hard. I pretty much started reaching out to a lot of people that I knew, because I built a pretty decent network of business owners. So I was just reaching out to people that I was interested in building their brand, and then supernaturally people just came our way when I started the agency. And I think I was consulting for a lot of people for over 2-3 years on how to start an agency, just a lot of key tips and tricks. And then I learned more in like these last 6 months than in the last 3 years of helping others. And I think that's something where just doing it, going through the experience, and just going into the trenches and actually taking action and learning from the experience is what really cut my learning curve. I mean, overall, I wasn't really actually doing the day-to-day things that I was preaching to people when it came to, hey, do this, do that. I knew how to do it, but I never did it. And now that I did it, I just learned so much more, right? I mean, I was doing it for a different business, like I said, starting a Shopify, selling products online. And that was my thing, e-commerce. Selling physical products online is something that I was really fired up about. And that was a big thing for me. And I think I just had to also just be patient with the process, because especially with this business, just because I knew it all, I wanted it to pick up fast. And this last 6 months, it's really humbled me as far as getting started. I mean, especially with this business, it's such a low overhead type business. You don't have a storefront, you don't have to invest a whole bunch of money up front. You're literally just telling people like, hey, or future clients, this is what I do. I can literally put your product or service in front of the right people, and then the rest is history, right? Like, just give me the ad spend, or if you want to just do branding, then I can work with branding. I know how to do a little bit of that as well. When I first started, this is how I was pitching people, and I was just genuine. I was honest about it, and we just moved forward. You know, we took it step by step. I learned every day, and I think that's the biggest thing. Once you actually start the business, because a lot of people have these ideas on whether is this what I should do, is this what I should do. I mean, just start it, and there's days where you're gonna have doubts, or there's days where you're gonna feel unmotivated, and asking yourself, is this right? Is this something that I really want to do? And especially for me, I was like, is this the agency that I want to do? Oh, I want to get into Amazon. Oh, I want to get back into eBay. Oh, I want to get into selling products online and doing drop shipping. But then again, it always came back to just me doing marketing, because it was a consistent income stream for me. It was consistent cash flow. And not a lot of people are, you know, successful in their first month or 3 months or whatever. But it's all a journey. It's all a process. You know, I don't like comparing my chapter 2 to someone else's chapter 10, and vice versa. You shouldn't do the same either. And it really goes with whatever you're really looking to do, really looking to pursue. So I took this on, and just like any business, any skill set, it's like a baby, right? So this is like my 6-month-year-old baby. I'm just getting started, and it's been a humbling experience, as I said, just because of the whole learning curve, being able to learn how to build a team, trust the right people with the right work, you know, being able to pay people out, being able to negotiate, being able to set my schedule daily to be organized. And these are a lot of things that I'm going to be touching upon in these next couple videos. But overall, my experience it's been amazing. And why I decided to get started with it is because it was the one thing that I kept doing these last couple years. The one thing that I was always you know, building a skill set in subconsciously without even knowing, supernaturally. It was something that I was building my skill set in. So I was like, you know what, it just makes sense to go forward and just to really take that leap of faith. And I did. I walked by faith and not by sight. So I went ahead and pursued it. Right now, I'm really just hammering down and serving clients that are in the digital space. So if you're selling a digital product, that's the kind of clients I'm helping. Or people that are selling physical products, I like to help those kind of guys too. I decided to pick those niches just because they're super scalable. So it's something that was just you know, in my mind, and as long as I believe in the product, then I'm in. Like I'm going in. I'm just gonna use what I know, take the product, distribute it in front of the right people, in front of the, you know, the type of people that would be interested, and then the rest was history. And anyone can do this, any type of consulting in whatever industry you're good at. If you're, you know, you've been in the gym for the last 5 to 10 years, you can easily consult people, because everyone needs to get healthy. Everyone wants a healthy lifestyle, a healthy body. So there's different ways to really maneuver around this. And I think just learning that it's going to be a process, but you got to get started. You know, you don't have to be great to start, but you do have to start to be great eventually. So just getting started was the biggest thing for me. And once I got started, things started to kick off. Blessings started to pour in. I started to be consistent and seeking wisdom too. Just being able to become knowledgeable, even if it's just 1% a day, 1% every day, you know, just to get better and better and better, no matter what it is. Just growth in that one thing is it's so powerful over time. That compound effect of the type of skill set you build just by being persistent in whatever industry it is so effective. And if there's one key takeaway I can tell you guys, it's just doing that. And I'm pretty much gonna be getting 1% better in this skill set going all the way into 2019. And this is pretty much what I'm going to be pursuing, and how I'm going to be able to really execute on the plan of action that I, you know, decided. I already mapped out my 6-month goals, like what I want to do, what I want to accomplish in 6 months, and the rest is going to be history. Yeah, let the results speak for themselves. Let me, and, you know, the persistence of just being better, of seeking wisdom, of, you know, looking for things to improve this current systems that I'm building. Because right now I'm at a point where I kind of got stuck at the income level. So I have to really switch things around to become even better, and to pretty much grow it exponentially. So how I got to this level, I can't do the same things to get to the next level. I gotta be a little bit more diligent with you know, where I do my focus, and pretty much where I focus my energy and my time is gonna be on the more, you know, income producing activities, on the higher level tasks. And I know truly that's what's gonna really, you know, propel me to the next level. And just like anyone else, So I'll be sharing some key, insight, some tips on my journey. This is just going to be very practical. I'm really going to, lay it down because I've been very passionate about this business model, and everyone has a different business model when it comes to building out marketing agencies. So I just want to go out there, help, share, shed the light in whatever it is that you desire on building. There's a way to get there, and it's just being persistent with that specific goal, and just taking it day by day. You might not get there overnight, but you'll definitely get there over time. And I would never see myself 6 months from now being at the position I'm at, learning what I have learned, and then just even having the knowledge that I know right now. It's blown me away, and I think that's such a blessing, and I've been very grateful for it. I'm super grateful for the opportunity, and I'm grateful to share this journey with you guys. So take care, we'll be in touch, and God bless you all.